and banking halls. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has fixed Saturday, April 15 for governorship, national and state assembly supplementary elections. The commission in a tweet said it took the decision after rising from a meeting, saying a detailed official statement will follow shortly. The announcement comes barely 1 week after the governorship elections of Kebbi and Adamawa states were declared inconclusive. Last Monday, the election in Kebbi was declared inconclusive due to breaches of electoral laws that led to cancellation of results in polling units within 20 of the state's 21 local government areas, LGAs. Now, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma, Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Temipri Silva, and Kogi State Deputy Governor Edward David Onoja and 20 other aspirants have been cleared by the All Progressives Congress (APC) for the party's governorship primaries in Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi States. The conduct of the off-season governorship elections in the three states have been fixed by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) for November 11, 2023. The 24 aspirants appeared before two screening panels of the ruling party ahead of the shadow polls scheduled for next month. In the meantime, our High Court in Makurdi, Benue State has issued an interim injunction restraining Iyorchia Ayu from parading himself as the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party. The presiding judge, Justice Pochi, gave the interim order on Monday in the suit filed at the court by Teide Utan with Ayu and the PDP as defendants. Dr. Ayu was earlier suspended by the executive for alleged anti-party activities. The national chairman was suspended after the leadership examined his behavior following the just concluded general elections after a vote of no confidence was passed by 12 of the 17 members of the ward executive. Meanwhile, in reaction to his suspension, the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Iyorchia Ayu, says the PDP constitution expressly prohibits any organ of the party or executive committee at ward, state, or national level to take any disciplinary measure against any member of the National Executive Committee. Therefore, only the NEC can suspend him. Ayu also stated that the purported announcement of his suspension is only mischief, drama, and propaganda, adding that it was an exercise in futility that is derivable from gross ignorance and desperation. In a statement by his special advisor on media and communications, Ayu pointed out that some members of the ESCOs were only being teleguided by political gamblers to cause mischief and nothing more, adding that he had not been suspended by his word. He advised the general public to ignore rumors, saying those behind the plot were only investing in expensive illusions. In the meantime, Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, says he is in support of the suspension of the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Iyorchia Ayu. The executive committee of the PDP in Igrov ward of Boko local government area of Benue State suspended Ayu after passing a vote of no confidence on him for anti-party activities. Speaking of the issue, Wike, who was a guest on a television interview, stated that he supports the move because Ayu played a major role in the colossal failure of the PDP in the 2023 general elections. Governor Wike of Rivers State says he blames the suspended national chairman of the PDP for the party's loss to the Labour Party in Benue State, as he never paid attention to the yearnings of his people. Over 700 offenders have been arrested by men of the Nigeria Police Force (NPF) for violation of electoral laws during the 2023 general elections. Inspector General of Police Usman Alkali Baba, during a meeting with commissioners of police from 36 states of the Federation and the FCT, as well as other senior officers, said the exact figure of those arrested currently stands at 781. Giving more details regarding the arrest, IGP Alkali Baba said 185 cases of electoral infractions were recorded during the presidential election, with 203 arrests made. For the governorship and state assembly elections, the chief police said. The police chief stated that 304 electoral breaches were recorded and 573 offenders were arrested. The IGP said the meeting with the commissioners and other leaders within the force has become critical in the face of the threats to national security by some political actors who, he says, are trying to undermine the peace of the country after the elections. He condemned the action of the political actors who are engaged in ethnic profiling in advancing their interests and urged Nigerians to rather strive towards unity. Meanwhile, Nasarawa State Police Command has banned all forms of protest in the state. Police spokesperson Rahman Brinsel, in a statement, said the decision was taken to prevent the breakdown of law and order after the governorship election in the state, where the incumbent governor Abdullahi Sule emerged as a winner. Supporters of the opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP) have been protesting and calling for a review of the election by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Nansel said an intelligence report on security in the state indicates that the protest could lead to a breakdown of peace. He advised parents and guidance to ensure that children and wards do not violate the order, as anyone caught shall be arrested and prosecuted. You're still watching Osrc News at 7. Let's take a break now. Do stay with us. It's good to have you back. You're still on to Osrc News at 7. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook, Osrc TV and Osrc Ondo. And on YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel, Osrc TV Ondo. The Special Marshals of Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC) in Ondo State have concluded their 2023 appraisal across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. FRSC Sector Commander in Ondo State, Ezekiel Sonala, who led the exercise at the Central Senatorial District in Akure, maintained that the evaluation exercise is a nationwide event which is being carried out annually to ascertain the actual number of active marshals.
Special Marshals are the volunteer arm of the Federal Road Safety Corps, consisting of people of proven integrity and character and able to influence their environment to complement the efforts of FRSC. They are empowered to carry out patrols and other activities that ensure good road usage on the highways, arrest and book traffic offenders, as well as prosecute them when necessary, just like their regular counterparts. The Corps embark on nationwide evaluation annually to take stock of active members among the Special Marshal. The assessment, which includes checking of drivers and vehicle licenses, were carried out across the 3 senatorial districts of Ondo State. Ondo State Sector Commander Ezekiel Sonala commended the efforts of the marshals in Ondo State, saying they have been of huge assistance to the smooth running of the commission.
Of course, they assist in diverse ways. When I came here, they were the one who painted the perimeter fence here. That is a complementary role. And like I said, they go out to help us in terms of traffic control. Good. So if there is congestion on the road and they are there to assist, you know that they are complementing us. By virtue of the membership here, they are also, of course, a source of strength to us, the regular.
Mr. Olatunde Adeoba, the State Special Marshal Coordinator, pledged members' commitment to further complement FRSC in saving more lives on the road.
Anybody that will be a Special Marshal must be upright. As a Special Marshal, one that will be controlling other road users, other drivers, you must be you must be equipped with your necessary things as a driver too. You know, anybody that stands behind the steering is a driver. So we too, we believe we are drivers. So you must have your particulars. Your driver's license must be available. Then you must be up and doing, special marshal activities.
Some members expressed determination to save humanity despite their busy schedules.
I just have interest on serving on humanitarian grants. That's what motivates me.
This humanitarian service of a special marshal also take a lot of time. But what we do is that we balance it so that since we have interest to save life, so we have to balance it and then do something for our nation apart from the university where I'm working.
Special Marshal units consist of able individuals of different professions with the capacity to shoulder more responsibilities outside their immediate dependents. Omoriola Nwiji, Osrc News.
The need for Muslims to maximize the benefits of fasting in the month of Ramadan is again at the fore as the abstinence from eating, drinking, and acts inimical to one's faith enters day 5. The Islamic cleric who spoke with Osrc enjoined faithful to utilize the different activities in this period for self-reformation. Osrc Sahid Aribisala reports that Muslims are undeterred by attendant effects of the Naira crunch. The West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has suspended manual confirmation of the West African Senior School Certificate Examination, WASC, from 1999 to date. WAEC spokesperson Moyosola Adeshina, in a statement, urged stakeholders and the general public to utilize the digital certificate platform to ease the bottlenecks associated with the manual access and confirmation system. Additional noted that efforts are underway to expand the platform to accommodate candidates from 1980, and updates will be provided to the public as they become available. She stated that the digital certificate platform allows candidates to access, download, and share the original WAEC certificates, noting that credentials shared through the platform are authentic and sourced directly from the database. The governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, says the federal government has released 15 billion naira to the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo-led committee to ensure safe return of all internally displaced persons, IDPs, to their homes. According to the governor, modalities have been put in place by the federal government to ensure the safe return of Nigerian refugees who have been earmarked for repatriation to their ancestral homes. This comes as government's intensified efforts to restore communities across the northeast region destroyed by Boko Haram. About 20,000 refugees reportedly displaced by activities of insurgency in Borno and forced to take refuge in the Republic of Chad were assured of their return immediately after the Ramadan and Salah festivities. And now back to the Ramadan story. The need for Muslims to maximize the benefits of fasting in the month of Ramadan is again at the fore, as the abstinence from eating, drinking, and acts inimical to one's faith enters day 5. So Islamic cleric spoke with Osrc enjoined faithful to utilize the different activities in this period for self-reformation. Osrc Sahid Aribisala reports that Muslims are undeterred by attendant effects of the Naira crunch.
Ramadan is the 9th month of Islamic calendar, considered to be the sacred month for Muslims to strengthen their piety in Allah. The revered month is here again as Muslim faithful in Nigeria join their counterparts across the world to uphold the tenets of this period in accordance with Allah's commandments. From sunrise to sunset, this season is a moment for abstinence from eating, drinking, and other vices inimical to one's faith. Islamic clerics, among them Alhaji Bello Isiak, say the month is a period to amass Allah's blessings in multiple fold through charitable works.
Allah says fasting is prescribed on every Muslim, every matured Muslim. That is mandatory on you, like those in the past. And what the fasting, the isikatu of it in every life of a Muslim is that we should be among those that we fear Allah. You will know if you are someone that used to hit your 3 square meal. Even some people eat more than 3 times in a day. Now, by the time you abstain from food, you that have the opportunity to food, you have the money to buy it at your will and what you like. And during the month of fasting, it will make you to reflect. When you stay away from food, at times you will feel hungry. So some people does not even know what we call hunger. So you will now have the feeling. So those that are not even having food, this is the way they feel. So if someone tells you that I am hungry, you will really know what it means to be hungry.
Alhaji Mashood Raji Kewuyemi, who is a lead interpreter of the Quran in Akure, tasked Muslims to explore the content of the Holy Quran for guidance in order to attain self-reformation.
We have lightened up our mosques. You see, we always find us in the mosque in the morning, in the afternoon we'll be there, in the evening we'll be there, even in the night you see us making sure that we carry out one activity or the other during the month of Ramadan. And that tells us about the significance of the month of Ramadan. It is a period of the year where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us that opportunity for us to have a spiritual rebirth. It is a period where you are supposed to become a changed person. It's giving us that opportunity to be our brother's keeper. We are always together. We are joined together. That spirit of brotherhood, oneness, is always being rekindled in the month of Ramadan.
After months of Naira crunch and its attendant effects leading to the commencement of Ramadan, some Muslims are not deterred.
Buy food stuff, but with this cashless policy, most of the market women, they are not accepting transfer. So that one has limited us on the purchasing some power have been limited based on that policy. But as a Muslim, anything, any situation, we have to adapt.
Among those exempted are physically ill, women during monthly cycle, the aged, pregnant or breastfeeding mothers, among others. For the 29 or 30 days which fasting in the month of Ramadan will last, Muslims are expected to maximize the opportunities therein. Sahid Arabisala, Osrc News.
And now back to the story on the cash crunch update. Normalcy is gradually returning to the banking system and Akure, Ondo State capital, due to improvements in cash availability in commercial banks. Omoriola Hungbeji reports that most of the commercial banks visited are dispensing cash both at the ATM and banking halls.
Now we are relieved because we can withdraw money. You can see me now buying something. I use the money to buy whatever I want to buy.
From now to yesterday, we see things is moving small, fine. We are praying that God will still put more better.
These are the testimonies from average Nigerians who have experienced over 2 months of hardship arising from the Central Bank of Nigeria new Naira redesign policy.
It is quite clear that the crowd is going down, but we are still experiencing some difficulties in some banks. As I'm coming from some bank now, I'm unable to enter the bank. But those who are using ATM have access to a little cash. So it is getting reduced gradually.
There is money in circulation. There is money in ATM, even inside it, on the counter. People are trooping in, they are collecting money, they are free, and everything is in order.
Coming up from the bank, I don't even spend up to 30 minutes there. And there's no queue, even consider the ATM machine there, people are not there, people are using their card, people are withdrawing from the counter, and there's not a lot of stress.
A non-Nigerian, Mr. George Oladoyinbo, who expressed displeasure some weeks back over his inability to access cash, was cited beaming with smiles. He was complaining bitterly that he was unable to get the cash he put in for. Baba, how much have you collected today now?
Well, just 20,000.
Like last week when they were unable to get.
They asked me to take 2,000. Well, I said, what do I want to do with 2,000?
So the commercial banks usually filled with customers were almost empty, while the few customers filed into the banking halls in a row. Automated teller machines, ATMs, were also dispensing without the usual crowd seen for some months now, as it took me less than 5 minutes to get the needed cash. Our interaction with the POS operator revealed that the cash crisis is gradually becoming a thing of the past.
For 1,000 to 10,000 now, I'm charging just only 100 naira. So then from 11,000 upward, I'm charging 200 naira.
An economic expert, Lawrence Adubiaru, lauded the cashless policy, saying if truly embraced, will further boost the nation's economy.
A peculiar situation needs a peculiar solution. I believe that within a couple of days, things will normalize. The only problem which I see is that when you know that you are not prepared, why are you changing the color of the
At the weekend, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, confirmed the evacuation of banknotes from its vaults to commercial banks across the country to further ease the circulation of banknotes of various denominations, with a directive that all commercial banks open for operation on Saturdays and Sundays. Omoniola Humwiji, Osrc News.
Now to the foreign scene. Search and recovery crews are digging through flattened homes in the southern U.S. state of Mississippi after Friday's tornadoes. At least 26 people were killed and dozens of others injured. Odwaya Sawyer reports.
The downtown strip.
The hope is they are searching for survivors. The reality is the fear that they are looking for bodies.
So I'm looking around town and I'm saying, I know we can rebuild, but what you do with the devastation, what you do with all the...
The tornado landed on Friday night, reaping a trail of death and destruction through 270 kilometers of the southern U.S. state of Mississippi, changing the landscape, changing lives.
You can see that truck there, that's my brother, he's a truck driver. All of those trucks right there are his trucks. So his whole livelihood is just sitting in a pile of dirt.
Emergency help is now pulling in, doing what they can, where they can.
I want to take the opportunity to personally thank all of the volunteers that are here. What we've seen over the last 36 hours in Mississippi, on the one hand, has been heartbreaking to see the loss and devastation of these communities, but on the other hand, has been inspiring.
Tornadoes have always been a problem in this part of the country. There is nothing to indicate they are getting stronger or there is more of them, but one top U.S. official says areas like Mississippi have to be built to be more resilient.
We see extreme weather events increasing, only increasing in gravity, in severity, and in frequency. And we have to build our communities to be best prepared for them, to prevent the devastation to the extent possible, to be able to quickly respond and recover, to prove ourselves resilient.
The White House has approved federal aid for the area that will bring temporary housing money for repairs and low-cost loans to cover uninsured losses. People have started to return to recover what they can, where they can. Rebuilding starts now. Recovering from the loss of life and property will take much longer. Oduwayo Sawyer, Osrc News.
Super Eagles of Nigeria defeated the Wild Dogs of Guinea-Bissau 0-1 and the return fixture played at Estadio 24 de Setembro in Bissau. Nigeria winger Moses Simon converted a penalty in the 30th minute of the first half after right wing Osai Samuel was fouled at the edge of a penalty box. The Super Eagles of Nigeria now lead the Group A table with 9 points, with Guinea-Bissau second on 7 points for AFCON qualifiers. Before we go tonight, let's take another look at the major stories. Following the dispensing of more Naira notes by commercial banks, queues have eased off in Akure, the Ondo State capital, while normal business activities are gradually returning. A high court in Makurdi, Benue State capital, has barred Iyorchia Ayu from parading himself as a PDP national chairman. This follows an earlier suspension from his word for alleged anti-party activities. And from the foreign scene, we told you that United States President Joe Biden has declared a state of emergency in Mississippi after tornadoes wreaked massive havoc, leaving many dead and scores injured. That's the news. Thank you for watching. Good night.